And a big welcome to Brad Gray from Racing New South Wales. Huge day of racing ahead, bud.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Good morning to you. Happy Epsom Day. The sun is shining bright on us and hopefully we can find a few winners. I'm so pumped I could do a little spring jig, but I know my limitations and dancing's not one of my fortes.
Oh, careful what you say around here, Brad. You know how this rolls. It is an important...
I do.
It's an important day for a couple of Everest contenders as well. Masked Crusader, Rothfire, Lost and Running, all lining up in the Premier today.
Yeah, there are a few, aren't there? You've got Masked Crusader. He's the favourite today for the Premier. A big race for him. I guess the key to him is just to see him jump clean. He keeps giving away these impossible starts. It'd be nice to see him jump quick, put himself somewhere in the race and finish over the top. You've got Rothfire. He can only improve on what he did first up, and Lost and Running. Big day for him. He didn't do much first up, but he did have a couple of genuine excuses, so he'll be looking to bounce back. Yeah,
absolutely. Look, it's no great Nostradamus prediction to say that you expect Chris Waller is going to have a big day, and I mean that in Melbourne and Sydney. But the dry track, Hungry Heart and the Epsom.
Yeah, he's well placed again, isn't he? He's stacked the decks in the Epsom. He's become the king of these Randwick Mile Group 1 handicaps. And Hungry Heart, hard to beat. There was a little bit of a storm that crossed last night, but we didn't get enough to tip it into the soft range, so a good deck certainly suits her. I am with a Chris Waller runner, but not with that one in particular. I'm with Arameo, guys. He comes out of the Bill Ritchie. He drops in weight to 51.5. He draws a nice marble to settle closer to the speed. I think his 2 runs back this time in have been as good as he's produced, so he sets up really well to run a bit of a race, and I think he's shopping at about $12, $13. I think that's a good bet.
Now, this next one, I love this story and I love this little filly. For the second week in a row, the connections of Rob Heathcote's filly Startontes have paid the late fees to get her in. She's now favourite for the Darley Flight Stakes today.
Yeah, they keep rolling the dice, don't they? I love a little quote that Rob Heathcote said a couple of weeks ago. She's no bigger than my dog, but she's obviously got a big ticker. There's a big heart in there and a big engine because she's doing something right. She's got a nice turn of foot. She's hard to beat here, I think. I know she's the favourite. She's a drifting favourite, so if you do like her, maybe just wait a little bit longer. You might get better odds again. But she comes through the Golden Rose, which you'd have to think is a really strong reference coming back to the fillies, and she was particularly strong late. So little queries in terms around backing up within 7 days. There's not much of her, but she wouldn't be here, obviously, if she didn't please the stable, and she's got to run the mile for the first time. But if she overcomes those obstacles, I think she is the horse to beat.
What else today? Because there's a stack of racing.
Yeah, you've got the Group 1 Metrop with Gai Waterhouse and Adrian Bott there. Gai's already won 8 Metrops. Entente just sets up so well in this. He's hard fit. This is the 3rd week in a row that he runs. He won the Colin Stephen last week. 52.5, Tim Clark, and he should get a lovely on-speed run. So he gets his chance. As far as a roughie goes, I think Arameo is the one I mentioned in the Epsom, but I expect Foxfighter in the first to run a race. And as you know, Tim, there's no better feeling as a punter than backing a winner in the first, particularly one at a bit of odds. So give it a cheer. As far as the best bet of the day, we'll wait until the lucky last, Gravina, one for the get-out.
Well, Brad, before we let you go, 2 weeks' time, we'll all be trackside for the Everest, but we still have 2 slots remaining. Coolmore and Godolphin, you'd expect an announcement in the coming days, surely?
Yeah, you'd think so. It looks just a matter for the pen to be, or the ink to be drying for the 2 horses that they'll have. I expect Trekking to be there. The old boy, I think he's done enough to warrant a spot. Maybe a 3-year-old jumps out of the ground and impresses them over the next couple of weeks, and they're tempted to throw a Pulele or Ingratiating, who runs in Melbourne today. Could tempt James Cumming and Godolphin to throw a 3-year-old into the mix. And Coolmore, you'd think that Home Affairs, on the back of a really impressive win in the Heritage, would hold the aces to that at the moment. So the field coming together nicely, and this race is creeping up on us, isn't it?
Yeah, Home Affairs, if that would make it 7 English graduates. Just quickly on the get-out stakes, because that's usually where I'm concentrating at that time of the day. You said Ravina in the last?
Yeah, Gravina. So race 10, number 12. Yeah, he was a bit unlucky there first up, probably in the wrong part of the track. And his best ever performance came over the Randwick 1,200 metres last prep. So if he can reproduce something like that, I think we'll be in the money.
Gravina, there you go for the last.
All right, Brad. Well, thank you so much for joining us. In 2 weeks, I expect you to be doing a little jig. Get Royal Randwick for the Everest.
I might need longer than 2 weeks to work on it, Julie, but I will do our best.
Right, the Michael Jackson of racing.